very cautiously typed there. I think we might have it now. Double the triggers, that's crazy. So kill the lifelink, and we kill the taxation. And now we have a 9/9 coming in as well. That they will block. Okay, so they've basically just got nothing left now. Shout out to Toaster in the Discord. This deck is for you, my friend. He wanted a Grimgrin Corpse Spawn zombie build, and I actually got quite excited making this because it's not very often I make tribal, because I'm not massively fond of the tribal kind of synergies, but this is actually pretty strong. Let's have a quick read. When it enters the battlefield, it comes in tapped and doesn't untap. You can sack another creature to untap him and put a counter on it, and then when he attacks, you destroy a creature, defending play controls, and put a counter on Grimgrin. So the main thing we want to care about here is the fact that it can just destroy stuff whenever it attacks, which is pretty snazzy if you ask me. So there are a few ways that we can abuse this, of course, apart from having the zombies that we just are going to sacrifice to him. We have Sting, the Glinting Dagger. This gives him haste, which is pretty decent. Beginning of each combat, it untaps equipped creature, and then it gives it first strike as long as it's blocking or blocked by a Goblin Orc. This is basically designed for Grimgrin. Probably not at heart or in mind, but it just goes perfectly well with them because it untaps him every single turn. And you don't have to sack any creatures. You could just attack each turn, destroy something. Sacking a creature only untaps him, so that's the only hindrance. But stuff like this, it's going to be really good to just help him get in there. We're also going to try out IRF. I think that's her name. So it's a card from Lord of the Rings, and she has untap another permanent or untap 2 other legendary creatures. That's pretty cool. You've got Grimgrin and another legendary creature out there. You can untap both of them. Kind of powerful. Untap 2 things or 1 permanent. So she can actually ramp you as well by tapping your land. So I really like this. If you haven't got enough zombies to sack, then we're going to use a few things that can increase the number of cards you get in hopes that you draw more zombies. So Vanquish's Banner does that. You cast a zombie, you draw a card. Kinder Discovery, whenever a zombie comes in or attacks, draw a card. Reflections of Lichara, whenever a zombie comes in, copy the spell. Necro Duality, whenever a zombie comes in, copy the creature. There's a lot of awesome things that I've been waiting to use. I've not actually used Necro Duality yet, but I think for 4 mana it's pretty awesome. It does beg the question, like, how many other tribes or types of creatures can this card be designed for? Because you're just saying it's zombies. It's pretty broken for zombies, I'd say. Obviously, the legend rule will completely annihilate copies of legends, so I guess it's balanced in that way, but it's definitely very cool. Roaming Throne is kind of a staple in every deck now, which is a bit sad, a little bit boring, but I guess we put it in because it doubles the kill trigger. So whenever he attacks, we will be destroying 2 creatures, which is kind of bonkers with Roaming Throne. Now, this is assuming our opponent even has creatures to face. If replacing any Planeswalker decks might be a bit tricky, but we're going to get through blockers pretty easily. Again, depending on if the opponent has creatures or not. What else? Diagraph Captain makes our zombies a bit bigger, makes our opponent loses life whenever the zombie dies. But yeah, there's all sorts of really cool zombie synergies in here. The cards that you don't normally get to use all combine together. So yeah, let's give this deck a go. Thank you, Toaster, for just suggesting this. Sorry, I probably wouldn't have made it if you hadn't reminded me. There's so many cards in the format now that are just like, what? That's in the game. So yeah, zombie, 2-ear zombies. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, we get to go first against Lotho, Corrupt Sheriff, sorry. Oh, wow, okay. I have mistakenly said that name many times. It's Sheriff. I guess that's because it's a Tolkien word, or maybe Old English. I do know, though, he's not wearing any shoes, which is not very safe for walking around, especially as a sheriff. You'd imagine he practiced health and stuff. That's the funny thing, right? He's wearing, like, medium to heavy armor, but he's got his shoes on. So, interesting there. Well, we have a lot around. I mean, next turn, if we get land, we can already go for Lily, which is crazy. Mina Harker. Non-creature spells cost 1 more. Well, I guess we won't be going for Liliana. That does include their own. So she can stay for just a little bit. Kind of annoying, but... Dust Animus. Draw 5 more lands, comes in, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we really want Liliana now more than ever, to be honest, but... It's a bit ironic to have a card that that cares about making our spells more expensive, but then your commander says whenever your opponent casts 2 spells, you benefit. This is a direct opposition to each other, and I would not recommend doing that. With Lotho, you want your opponent to actually play Magic, but with Minahaka, you're stopping them. Doesn't make any sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we just go for Grimgrin. Comes tapped. So remember, we can sack a creature at any time to untap Grimgrin. So he could potentially be a surprise blocker, unless I've got something else here. Fatal Push. Now that's a silly thing to do, isn't it? Because we can just sacrifice it in response. Huh. They don't think they read the ability there. Fair enough. Invasion of Gobakhan's going to make... Yeah, they've basically made a Death and Taxes deck with a commander that wants you to cast more than one spell. Fair enough. That does give me an advantage. And they're also taxing themselves more than they are me at this point. Because I can just play another creature. They've played non-creatures so far. Because of Silence. I guess they can benefit off their own triggers, which is fair enough. I think we're just going to make a treasure here. We don't want to go too crazy. But we've got a lot of stuff to deal with their stuff. Okay. Graveyard Marshal. That's so expensive. So expensive. Maybe we should have made a guy with the black market connections. 2, 3. I think for now, we'll just go for Graveyard Marshal. And attack in. Probably kill the Amalia, right? No, actually, we'll kill the Minahaka because she is stopping us from doing cheap spells. No Death Touch. And we have 3 instants, so we don't have to do anything else here. And again, we have a surprise blocker. We can just sacrifice the Graveyard Marshal to untap Grimgrin, which might be worth it. Extraction Specialist is going to return Minahaka. Okay. That's pretty annoying. Let's kill the Amalia Benavides. Yeah, we're losing life left, right, and centre here. Even Interrupter. So they're going to plot my kill spell. Okay. I think we're going to pay 3. Kill this guy. I don't want them to fly over the top. We've just given him 2 treasures, though. It's kind of annoying. They are kind of running rings around us a little bit. Did not expect that. But we can just play Infernal Grasp for free. I don't really care about the Graveyard Marshal. Let's block the Amalia. Down to 7. We're a bit low. We are a bit low. And they're just going to play that anyway. With no extra bonus. Fair enough. Roaming Throne. Well, that's going to be awesome. That's going to give us 2 triggers when it attacks in. So we'll choose Zombie. Very cautiously typed there. I think we might have it now. Double the triggers. That's crazy. So kill the lifelink. And we kill the taxation. And now we have a 9/9 coming in as well. That they will block. Okay, so they've basically just got nothing left now. And we can play this Sorcery. Yeah, okay. I don't really care about killing them though. It's actually killing them as well. Anyone plays 2 spells, deals 1 damage to them. That's crazy with the roaming throne, that really is. Be okay. We'll see how it goes. Going against Obika, which is a little bit slower than the traditional stuff we're facing, but at least it's different, right? Next turn, we'll probably go for Dreadful Invasion. Stormfist Crusader draws us cards, so that's cool with me. And interestingly, this could potentially kill both of us, because if Obika gets extra upkeeps, then yeah, the Stormfist Crusader has a potential to do a lot of damage to us. So I think I do want to go for Lily and get rid of this. Also, because it's got Menace, we can't block it very well, especially having only a Mass creature maker. A Mass and Menace oppose each other on an interesting level there. Okay, Signet. So we need more removal, essentially, for the Obika. Valky, so we're going to look at our hand and... Oh, this could be scary. They get 5 on the next turn. I'm going to take the zombie. Fair enough. Didn't expect that. I was expecting maybe they take Scarab God or something. Go for the throat. Cannot kill. No, it can actually. I think we're just going to take up. And get rid of one of Orcus. It's just a bit too slow. It's 3 mana and then 3 mana to quit. We have to hit. So what I might do here is if they activate the ability to transform Valky, we'll just kill it in response to the go for the throw. Or alternatively, if they just go for the Obika, we probably just kill that instead. Getting rid of that is probably more important than killing the Valky. Why are they looking at our lands? Infernal Grasp. That's nasty. If they have a counter or protect spell here, I'll be kind of annoyed, but heisting our library in response, looking for a counter or something. We don't run that many. I'm not that bothered. Grave Expectation is one of those weird cards where the artwork is just insanely good for a 1 mana card. That's crazy. That artist probably spent a long time rendering that, and it's on a 1-drop. Necro Duality. Well, I might as well go for that then. And
we all have things we'd rather forget.
This feels so wrong to get rid of the Geezer. But it's just the least viable here because we don't have any way to target their stuff. If they ever deal damage to us, they're going to have access to all of these cards, which might not be very nice. Thopters. Okay. Give Thopters a boost. Well, I guess let's try and kill Obika with the invasion first. Minus 13. And then that's pretty good. And then we can start ripping apart their hand. Get rid of the Liliana, because we're just not hitting our lands. And we are definitely crushing their hand. Cool. And the next turn, once we play the Diagraph Captain, we will get 2 of these, which could be pretty good. So they did that in order to play a land. Okay. Beginning of your upkeep. Conjure a card in Ornithopter. I will actually make them get rid of this because this gives them just so many creatures.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
I'm going to go for this now because the 3/3 is enough to get rid of the invasion. Definitely cool to see different cards though, rather than the usual suspects. And we could win very soon because the Scarab God has an upkeep trigger and the Diagraph Captain has a zombie boost. And we're going to get 2 of these with the Necro Duality, depending on what happens. If they could just have a board wipe and just screw up our entire plan here. River's Rebuke, well that certainly does it. That is a shame. Let's go for Dark Ritual. If we do that, we have 4 mana left. Okay, fine. We'll just target the hand then.
Let's make this quick.
Get rid of the Dreadhorde. Man, they could have played the file to gain extra cards there, but fair enough. What are they going to go for? Wrist stick or something? Ugh, wrist stick. Gross. Okay, let's just start playing zombies here. So they're going to get a card there. But we get lots of zombies. So we play 2 zombies and we get loads of zombies. Get rid of Scarab Guard. So yeah, we are relying heavily on these. Maybe discarding the Scarab Guard was a terrible, terrible idea. We'll see. We will see. We gave them 2 cards. If any of our zombies die now, they lose either 1 or 2 life, depending on what they go for. Okay, I think we're just going to go to combat. Oh, okay. That would be 16 damage there. Just from playing 2 zombies. Damn, that Necro Duality is pretty good, but that was a pretty shaky game. The Theatre of Horrors, I think, was going to give them a lot of value. It's kind of scary what they can unlock. With the more mana they have, the more power they had there. Even with the wrist stick and a Honda, we managed to threaten them with these zombies. But this is so nice against board wipes, because if they wiped the board, they would have taken 2, 4, 5, 6. And that would have been lethal, because we would have hit them for 16 there. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's go versus your rock. Tried and tested. Very powerful, very powerful. We do have the kill spell for it. We do have the bounce spell for it, but I doubt we'll be wanting to bounce anything they have, because they're an ETB deck. Justin ETB deck. Oh, look at how beautiful those lands are. Just delightful. Trying to resolve a fell. Well, we'll try and go for Fell Stinger next turn, I think. Omen of the Sea, men. Oh my, the fact they did that before combat is astounding tactics. Makes them very powerful, you see. See that? See the difference that made by doing that? I mean, jokes. I mean, we all do it, and we all just want to get our spells out. But the irony is we pass a turn to go to the opponent's turn, and suddenly we're like, oh no, now I must do it. It's like, you be all tactical, and then you get to your opponent's turn, and suddenly just the tactics goes out the window because of impatience. Interesting. I see that quite a lot, actually. Boner shards. Okay, fair, fair. Now what? They got a counter spell or something? Do you know what's funny about Diagraph Captain? Every time I play this, it's so inconspicuous, right? It's just a 3 mana 2/2 with a pretty good abilities, but my god, people prioritize this very quick. It's a real shame the way that we did that. We should have played the land first. That was my mistake. It's me trying to be all tactical. And I failed miserably, because now I don't have the Fading Hope. Oh dear. Good news is, though, if they play your rock undefended, we can use the Invasion of Innistrad on it. So they probably have some kind of counter spell lined up here for Grimgrin. Or a board wipe? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna flippin' be? Oh man. I'm so sick of playing against blue players. It's just boring. It's just, where's all the white-red players at? Oh, they're saying that. The new Tajik. That's busted. That Tajik is so busted. Okay, well, if they're not going to do anything, I shan't either. How's about that? Petit pois. 22. Petit pois. Little peas, right? I mean, if all they did was going to be Omen of the Sea, then, yeah, whatever. But I'm actually pretty tempted to draw a card with the Castle Loch Thwain, to be honest. But we also have Flash, Kill Your Rock. I mean, that might even be enough, you know, because I might even play it thinking the lifelink would be helpful. Oh, as if they made a Control Your Rock. Your Rock's meant to be tap out magic. Because what exactly are they doing? They're just going to counter stuff. This is how to beat control, by the way. Just don't play any spells. And hope to God you've resolved some creatures. Cool, bro. Down to 7. It's been fun. Because every time they're like, oh, I'm going to counter your commander. Okay, I'm not going to cast it then. You know what I mean? It's like, cool, bro. Cool story, bro. Now they're going to pass not doing anything again because they've just got a handful of counters. So we are going to take 6 here, but who cares? They're not going to hit us, are they? Whenever or another non-trigger zombie dies, create a zombie. Oh, we'll attack first. We have almost lethal here. I mean, they could also be saving up for a board wipe. Okay. So, alright, let's do a few things. So that's a zombie. So if they kill... That's interesting. So I think we go for this, because if they have a board wipe in their turn, it means we're going to get... Every time they kill a zombie, we get a zombie back. Okay. Not going to do anything again. This is so weird. So, 3 mana. Okay, Dark Ritual. What's it going to be? Portal to Phyrexia, that won't work. We'll still have 1 attacker. Or more, because our zombies get replaced by zombie tokens. Okay. Or is it going to be Emergent Ultimatum? River's Rebuke. That does buy them a turn, to be fair. They're at 1. So that was what they were biding their time for this whole time. Fair enough. So, yeah, we'll basically just set up. What do we do for that? Although we play 2 creatures, then we can kind of guarantee death. So now they need another creature kill, well, board wipe basically, or exile effect. Because if they kill the rider, we get 1 back. Okay, they got 1 mana up. How many protection spells you got, bro? Okay, let's see what we can do here then. All we need is 1 bounce spell, 1 kill spell. How much flair should we have? Bounce and get a zombie? Oh, they're going to have a protection spell. Psych! Oh, that's funny. We got packed. They also don't gain life because it's the spell fizzles, by the way. There you go, guys. That's how to beat control. Just do your thing. Don't worry. Don't cast any spells. As long as you have some pressure, that's all you need. Kavek the Punisher, something we don't see very often. Whenever they commit a... Well, probably because it's brand new. But whenever they commit a crime, exile a black card from their graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy. Okay. Well, let's give them something to cast from the graveyard, I guess. I think it will be... Oh. I don't like check for traps. I don't want them to see my hand, basically. And they've got the disgusting art Liliana. I don't like this Liliana. They made her look horrible. I just don't like it. She looks kind of... I don't know. Just not the Liliana I'm used to seeing. But yeah, I like the Dreadhorn Invasion. This is going to be really good to tackle the Lily, actually, because they're going to have to find removal for this all the time. And we actually have a kill spell for the Liliana as well with a bit of Triumph. So that's exactly why I wanted to get rid of check for traps.
Something suspicious is going
So we're going to discard the Lazartep plating, I think. I think, yeah. Seems legit. Let's go for Temple. Another land is not very attractive. You know what? I'm going to let them use the Liliana because it gets rid of one of the cards in their hand, and they're not doing too hot on cards either. So, we'll see. Evolve Sleeper. Okay. Question is, will she tick up or tick down? It's got to be tick up, right? It has to be. They're giving us so many choices, though. They're actually going to go for the minus. You may cast the copy. Now, it doesn't give you a time restriction.
Sacrifices must be made.
I guess it was this turn. Okay, well, you know what? That's changed things a bit. I'm going to kill Kevek. And there's a reason for this. Because we have the Sting, it gives our token haste. Which means we can now try and get through to Liliana without expending too much resource. Now, they can obviously block with a sleeper, but that's a good card. Hey. Okay, now we're in a fantastic position.
Nothing more.
I didn't expect them to go for the minus there. I think that was a humongous mistake, especially considering that we just get a Dreadhorde Invasion token every single turn anyway. And it was a 1-1. It wasn't even like it was going to be a 5-5 or a 6-6. And they're straight up just using Go for the Throat there. Okay, fair enough. But they can start drawing cards with this next turn, so... who knows? Let's give it a shot. Okay, so if we get to untap with the Grimgrin and the Sting, it's going to be very nice. If they kill it here, it's going to be challenging, because we do not have a kill spell for Evolve Sleeper, and they can draw a card a turn. They have a Murder. Okay, fair enough. I guess slowing us down is working. Thoughtseize. Either one they take, I'm not too bothered. They're very similar in nature. The Jadar does make... the Jadar makes more consistent. Death Touch. You know what? I think I will block. I will block. Diagraph Captain. Okay. So now when our zombies die, they lose life. Pretty nice. Create a zombie with Decayed. And then when it dies with Decayed, they lose a life. That's actually pretty cool. But yeah. Oh, they have a kill spell again. Damn it. That sucks. That sucks, man. I was hoping to get some nice triggers off there. Okay. Let's just keep getting zombies then. What do they keep pausing? I guess that ability. Liliana's Standard Bearer. Well, I guess we just alpha in here. Seems okay. 3, 4, 6 damage a turn. We can definitely apply some pressure with that. And the Faceless Agent will hopefully untap in their turn. 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can now draw 2 cards. That is going to be problematic. And it gets bigger as well. But we get automatic blocks each turn, so I don't know. Oh man, we need removal for that immediately. I think what we're going to do is we might do like a mega block and draw loads of cards with the Standard Bearer. We'll see. Attack in. Yeah, because Liliana Standard Bearer says whenever it enters, you draw X and you draw X cards, or X is the number of creatures that died under your controller's turn. So let's see what happens here. Do they have a kill spell? Cut down. Gross. So they're going to use any 1-drops? They have a Thoughtseize as well. Oh man, that sucks. You may cast it. If you do, you lose 2. Okay. So they're going to Thought Seize, which result... Oh, God damn it. That really screws me up, because now I have to do that before. That's such a shame. The timing on that was horrendous. Okay, well... Not sure what to say or do now. We're running out of options, really. Although we just have... Zombies are flying. Okay, that just won the game. We just won the game with Grimgrin. Oh, that's such a good card. I can't believe that. We just top decked to victory there. Amazing.
Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.